Where you at, YouTube? Gonna talk about some DIY CO2. I was talking to Floridafishtanks. He's running 2 bottles and he's having some trouble. Before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody, if you're gonna add CO2 to your tank, be sure you don't gas your fish. You know, I run an air stone at night to compensate for the CO2 being pumped into the tank. But because of some of the plants I have, you know, all plants would benefit from CO2. Not all plants need it, and some plants definitely need it. And be careful, because the more nutrients you add, the more lighting you may need, or you will need, and it can throw your balance off. So, you know, just go into it with an open mind and take it slow. So anyway, I added CO2 to this tank, and I noticed I wasn't getting the results I needed. So I'm running 2 2-liter bottles on this tank, mainly because of the plants I have. I have some dwarf baby tears, and they didn't do good the first time because of the lighting. I didn't have enough light in here. Well, now that I increased my lighting, you need to increase your ferts. And if you look, it's starting to run. It's actually starting to, let's focus here. And if you look, it's starting to run. I'm starting to get some runners. So the extra light's working, as well as the extra CO2. I also have this Australis. And it gets pink on the end, kind of like Hipporutis. Again, this is not an easy plant to grow. I had to do some learning. I actually got it pearling because the CO2 is not on right now. So that's actually pearling. But yeah, you know, that was a whole nother deal trying to get this plant to grow with the pH I have, and then I had to learn water parameters and, you know, ferts. I use Seachem, the Aquavita line, but I noticed my iron was low because I wasn't getting the coloration that I want, and now it's finally starting to get some pink tips. We'll see how that goes in a little bit. I also got the pearl weed, you know, not dwarf baby tears, but the baby tears. It's doing great. It's not as demanding as the dwarf baby tears. But since adding the double CO2 and the extra light, man, it's just made a big difference. I mean, look, it's pearling, see? Awesome. I love it when it does that. So you heard me say I got 3 tanks the other day. 2 of them are reseal, one's a 20 long. And I'm going to be moving the red tiger lotus and the tiger lily into the other tank. Give me some more planting room in this tank for some more difficult plants to grow. I'm really getting into it, looking into a pressurized system for this tank. Hopefully I won't be mixing this DIY CO2 much longer. I have this Vesuvius sword plant. It's actually a sword plant, not jungle val. But yeah, I got that plant, and ever since adding the extra lighting and the DIY CO2, the 2 bottles, it's actually starting to grow. It's been there, just hasn't been doing much. I got that plant. And I got the Australis from Stunt. Remember Stunt? Yeah. So let's get into the DIY CO2. Alright guys, so we're looking under the hood. So I got my Fluval 206. That's that one I got on a great deal. I got a setup there, and I got a setup there. I originally had individual lines. I had a check valve here, and on this bottle I had a check valve right here. And then they went up into the tank, and they went into the T right there. But I did not have a check valve there. So what happened was, when this one lost pressure and it was time to be changed out, because I had such a long line coming from the tank before you get to the check valve, it drew water into this line. When this one still had pressure, it blocked that water into the line and created a vapor lock, except with the aquarium water. So to eliminate that, I ran each one, no check valve here, no check valve here. Both of these lines go up behind the tank, and they come out to the T right there. I have a check valve there, which goes into, like I said, a cascade. But check this out. This is one of the lines right here. And if you look right there, I got a check valve. So I got a check valve up high. The other line has a check valve on it right down here. and then I got a third check valve right there. Now this one here is to stop the water from going into the line. You know, any pressure at all is going to push it into back out that tube. That's no problem. The two check valves on the back side prevent this bottle and this bottle from battling each other over the lines. They can't draw off each other. They're on their own separate system, their own separate line. And also, like I said, it keeps the pressure way up there. If this one is pumping more than this one, it doesn't have to battle all this pressure all the way. If my check valve was here, it doesn't have to battle all the way back up. By having the check valves behind the tank up top, it makes it easier for them to push CO2 into the tank, and then that check valve keeps the water from getting in the line at all. It goes into my little cascade, which pumps it out. So that's it, guys. You know, as always, like I said, be sure you don't gas your fish. You know, like I said, I run an air stone at night when the CO2 is still pumping because it's DIY. I can't turn it off. Looking into a pressured system right now, and I got a tip for you guys for pressurized CO2. It's coming up in one of my next videos. I'm gonna update the tanks I got, the 3 tanks in the garage, the reseals, and yeah, I'm gonna be having a bunch of plants coming in. I'm excited about it. Gonna have some low light plants and some of the more difficult plants to grow as well. So excited about it, looking forward to it. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching.